Hello and welcome to the presentation of the Web Analytics product from TradeBooster. My name is Sam and I am the CEO of TradeBooster.com, a web solutions company having offices in the US, UK, and India. This presentation is structured to help you understand the what, why, and how of web analytics. Did you know your website actually generates a lot of visitor data, but that data needs to be mined and analyzed in order to identify whether your website is achieving its desired goals or not. But you are not really sure of what you need to measure, how you need to measure, and how often you need to measure to find out whether your website is achieving its goals. You have access to your WebHost control panel, and within that you have something called Web Statistics, which gives you some information about the traffic to your website. But that is not the complete picture. That is not the full picture. So where do you start? You start with analyzing the data. You start with something called Web Analytics. Web Analytics, the textbook states, it is the measurement, collection, analysis, and reporting of internet data for the purposes of understanding and optimizing web usage. To put it simply, Web Analytics is simply analyzing the traffic on your website to answer some of your critical questions. But why do you need Web Analytics? Because it helps you monitor the behavior of visitors in your website. It helps you answer questions like, how do visitors reach your website? When they land on your website, what pages do they visit? When they land on your website, do they actually complete the goal of the website? By goal, it could be submitting a contact us form, completing a purchase, putting in their email address for a newsletter subscription, or anything which was the intended goal of the website. Web Analytics identifies opportunities for improving conversion rates. Now let's take a moment to understand what conversion rate is. Let's assume you made a website to collect email addresses from people for your newsletter. In a particular period of time, you had about 1,000 visitors coming to your website, out of which just about 10 people put in their email addresses. So what is the conversion rate? Conversion rate is simply the number of people who completed the goal divided by the total number of people coming to your website. In this case, the conversion rate was 10 by 1,000, which is 1%. If you could increase the conversion rate on your website, what would happen? You would make more dollars, right? So if there is a tool which helps you identify opportunities for improving your conversion rates, won't you be interested? As we stated before, Web Analytics tells you more information about your customers than a typical web statistics software. It helps you answer questions in detail. It helps you answer questions like how your customers find your website. When they go to a search engine, what do they search for so that they land on your website? When they come on your website, what pages do they visit? And what pages do they leave your website at? Now this is very important because these are the pages which are killing your conversions, which are killing your sales. This is something which is normally ignored by people, and this is what analytics would help you answer. What is TradeBooster's three-step process? It is simple. Step 1, we define the goals of your website. The goal of a website could be increasing sales, could be increasing newsletter subscriptions, could be increasing white paper downloads, or could be decrease the number of inbound customer calls. Anything that was the intended goal of the website. We help you identify that and we write that down very clearly. Step 2, we formulate the key performance indicators. The key performance indicators that we select are reflecting the goals of your organization. They are key to the success of your organization, and they are measurable parameters. Anything abstract is left out of the key performance indicators. And step 3, we reflect the KPIs on the dashboard so that we could get a bird's eye view of the performance of your website. Let's just understand how analytics will help you answer the questions that you have. Let's take some examples. You may have a question which says, who visited my website? Analytics answers that by something called the number of unique visitors or the number of return visitors to your website. You may have another question. Example, when somebody comes on your website, what pages do they view? This is answered by the top entry pages, the number of page views, the average time the customer spends on pages, and the page views per visitor. And most importantly, you may have a question, how many people really convert on my website? This is done by establishing goals and tracking conversions on your website. Now, these are independent questions. Imagine the power of the reporting tool if you could combine two or more of these questions, and analytics helps you answer those precisely. These are some of the sample reports that we would be sending to you. This is the visitor overview report, which gives you an overview of the visitors coming to your website, how many visitors came to your website, what is the number of unique visitors, what is the number of return visitors, how much time did they actually spend on the website, so on and so forth. This is the traffic sources overview report, which gives you information about where the traffic is coming from on your website. Are they coming from search engines? Are they coming from other websites? Are they coming directly to your website? What are the sources of traffic on your website? This is the content overview report, which gives you information about what pages a visitor traverses on your website. Web analytics, most importantly, helps you make decisions. It tells you what your customers are looking for. It lets you know when to make changes to your website, and most importantly, what changes to make to your website. It lets you identify whether your advertising methods are working or not, and which advertising methods are performing better than the others. As an example, let's say there are 400 people coming on your homepage during a specific period of time. Out of those, just 100 land up on the product page. So about 75% of your traffic is filtered in your homepage itself. This means there is definitely something wrong with the homepage. Now, this something wrong can be either a content problem or a user interface problem or a design problem, but definitely analytics has helped you answer something, that why aren't visitors going to the product page? Why aren't visitors buying products on your website? To continue further, out of the 100 people who hit the product page, about 80 went to the cart page, 45 people actually added something to the cart, and just 15 of them actually ended up completing a purchase. So how many people did you actually end up converting? 15 out of 400, which is approximately 3.75%. Now, this 3.75% could be high or low, depending on the nature and the kind of website you have. But definitely the chart above has helped you identify the problem pages on your website, and now you can get down to actually rectifying those problems. So what is the Trade Booster solution? The Trade Booster solution is divided into two packages, package 1 and package 2. Both packages come on a 6-month term. That is the recommended term, because we believe it takes a minimum of 6 months to really analyze and come to conclusions about the traffic on your website. Anything less than 6 months would really not be a true reflection and a true analysis of the traffic. Package 1 is basically an identification and a reporting package, while package 2 is an all-comprehensive package in which we identify, we report, and we offer our consultation and suggestions for making corrections to your website. Package 1 is priced at $99 a month. Package 2 is priced at $299 a month. Imagine having a data analyst and a marketing specialist working dedicatedly for your website for just $299 a month. So, are you thinking? Are you confused? Or are you convinced? Either ways, feel free to write to us, and we would be more than happy to answer your queries, to answer your questions. You may contact us on our India office, you may call us on our US or UK numbers, or you can even email us, and we would reply to you promptly. Thank you very much for taking your time to watch this presentation, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Bye-bye.